What's going on, YouTube? Figured I'd do a quick commentary video about my new album coming out, Yesteryear. Comes out October 1st, 2020, everywhere, digitally. It comes out for pre-order September 15th, 2020. It's already out for pre-order right now on iTunes if you want to go check that out. Leave a link below. Comes out for pre-order on Amazon within the next few days, but by September 15th, it'll be out for pre-order everywhere. So I'll be leaving links below as they come out and available. If you just want to wait till October 1st, 2020, it comes out for free on YouTube. I'll be posting up the playlist and stuff like that so you guys can check that out for free because, you know, I'm all about free music. I'm sure you guys are all about free music, and I like to do things for people that they like. And I claim myself to be an actual artist. I make music for myself. I make it for people to enjoy. I don't exactly expect you guys. I don't try to counter on people's bad feelings. I don't try to make $1 off people because I can relate in some kind of way or they can relate to me through my art. I don't feel like that's right. You know, I don't like to capitalize on that kind of thing. That's the word I was looking for. And anyhow, yeah, it's 12 tracks. I won't be releasing any physical copies, again, because I don't care about the money. I see a lot of people throwing masks out and stuff like that, and from what I read, all the plastic that was ever made is still here in some way, shape, or form. So by me making some physical copies to make myself a quick $1 isn't going to help the world at all. And I really don't, you know, it's not my job to help the world, but my self-conscious, I can't do that to people. So there won't be any physical copies until people can, you know, control themselves. And hopefully this whole COVID thing will go away at some point. And I hope you guys are remaining safe out there. But anyway, title track breakdown. Track list breakdown. Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. John Offelstrom's Countryside Boogie is the first track. It's just a countryside jam song. Offelstrom, haha, just a bunch of chords I threw together. And it was just through a jam session. I just recorded a section of it, and it sounds good. It'll roll right into Glory Amen, which is a previously recorded track. I released the publisher's demo on SoundCloud at some point. You guys can go over there and check it out. I think it's still there, unless somebody took it down. One of my people may have taken it down just because I'm releasing it on an album now. And it sounds pretty much the same, so I wouldn't doubt it. But it tells my idea of, like, why is a guy a priest, you know? He focuses all of his knowledge in one book, and people see him as, like, the holder of all knowledge because he knows one book. I never understood that. So it's just my take on it. I mean, you know, I write for myself. Night Train is an older song I had written in 2014. I feel like it just flows right down there. There's a bunch of songs I wrote for this album, but it's more of a conceptual album. I feel like it tells a story. One of the best compliments I've gotten from it is that people like to listen to it. One of my buddies liked to listen to it on his long drives, you know, which is, if you can listen to it all in one sitting, which is, I like my music to be old. Back in the day when we had our old vinyl, you know, things like that, which, how the hell do I know? I wasn't back then. But you had to listen to the whole thing. You know, you didn't just select and pick a few tracks. You listened to the whole thing at once. So I made this album hoping people would get back into that, you know, kick back that old thing. Anyway, the fourth track is Why Do You Do This to Yourself? It's a long narrative poem. I used to write poetry before I wrote music, and I got back into it. It's a long narrative poem I had written over piano. As you can see, there's a piano right there. Well, it's a keyboard. I learned piano. There's an organ on here. I actually feature Special 20 Hohner Special 20 Marine Band harmonicas, which, if you guys know anything about Marine Band harmonicas, they do not make these anymore as Special 20. Special 20 and Marine Band have split into their own separate categories, so this is probably the last album you'll ever hear that on. It's a long-spoken narrative poem is about heroin, and it's called Why Do You Do This to Yourself, because it's my take on why does somebody actually do this to themselves. I never understood that, and it's pretty much my ignorance on it. I think that you'll enjoy it. Goes into Dyin Road, which was previously released demo for my second album on as an outtake, and it kind of is just a jumpy, fun folk song, kind of, and, you know, I feel like Why Do You Do This to Yourselves about heroin. It'll roll right into Dyin Road, so you guys will enjoy that. Beggar's Blues is something that's on there, and I previously released that, or at least the demo. I'd written that back in 2014 on my trip through New York City. I had went by a homeless person, and I'd seen people literally on their way to a Coinstar stepping over them saying, "Oh, sorry, I have no spare change," or they were at least pretending to be on a cell phone so they didn't even have to deal with these people. It was pretty disgusting. So it's really my take as if I were a bum. You know, I tried to see it through his eyes. Next track's Devil's Bride, which I had gotten not the chord change, but somewhat of the melodic form from that John Lennon song there. One of those John Lennon songs. Working Class Hero, I believe it was. I'd gotten not the phrasing, but I'd you know, that song came into mind, and I know people who have lost themselves to drugs and things like that, so it's more of like, you know, my take on it nowadays, and I tried to, you know, make that my own. I feel like you guys will enjoy that. It tells a story about a scandalous girl gone bad. The Other Side. It's a bluesy poem turned into song. Just pretty much thunder and lightning sail across the sky. They go together just like you and I. What I learned from love, such a beautiful ride. You know, things like that. It's just a long spoken word poem, except now I turned it into a song. And I like doing that kind of thing. The next track's Fairest Lovin' Lady, which features the mandolin. I wrote it originally as a folk song behind guitar, but it's really folksy. I feel like the songwriting of it could have been written 100 years ago, so I featured mandolin on it. So I feel like you guys will enjoy that one. My girlfriend likes that one a lot, actually. I think it's track 10 is Another Guy with a Guitar. That's I have a long, fun, bouncy harmonica solo at the end, but I tried to write it in honor of, not honor, but thinking of Paul Simon in a way, because his way of songwriting is pretty fantastic. He's one of the greatest songwriters of all time. So that song, I tried to write it in his way, and my buddy said that it sounds like John Mayer. So what are you going to do? And I have nothing against John Mayer, but, you know, it's just funny to me. Next track is Everyone Goes to Heaven. It's another narrative poem over an organ because, you know, everybody likes to think that their loved one will go to heaven. I've seen it on every rock says beloved father and son, and, you know, and this king, he does terrible things, and when he dies, his daughter likes to think, you know, she's told that he's hoping to go to heaven and things like that. It really opens your eyes, I feel. It's just my take on it. And the last track is In the Dawn, and it's a song I had written back in 2016 for my brother Sam after he had passed away. And a lot of people said that the last track of my last album, Tomorrow Is Still a Day Too Soon, was about him, and it wasn't. It was actually about my grandmother, who was still alive at the time, but she was in the hospital, and she was the person who raised me to be who I am today. And but In the Dawn, I'd written for my brother, and I feel like you guys will like that. It ends on a positive note, so it starts off sad, and, you know, it flows just like a life. You know, a life has up and down points, and then we all end up hopeful. So I like to think that it's kind of my conceptual album of my life so far. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. As again, comes out October 1st everywhere. If you want to listen to it for free, you can check it out right here. I'll be bringing that. I'll be making a playlist and everything else like that, sharing it everywhere. You guys will be able to see it on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. My website, CoreyCyr.com. Check it out right now if you want to. And that's about it, guys. I hope that you guys stay safe, and I hope the Celtics can somehow pull off this playoff one. And I hope you guys have an amazing afternoon, and I'll check you later. Bye.